My wife Laura's joining me, and we are going to be talking about the mid-season finales of both The Flash and Arrow. So get ready to dig deep and for some spoilers. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
And this is our spoiler talk discussion for the mid-season finales of both The Flash and Arrow. Yeah, so we're going to dig deep into that, and I don't know. What do you think?
There were parts in both I liked, and there's parts in both that I didn't.
I think the most disappointing thing for you and I in The Flash, when the mid-season finale started, was when Stretchy Guy appeared.
Even though he wasn't that bad in this one.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
But he did put on that lame costume again.
Well, that's his costume, and I don't know if that's a comic booky thing or not.
I don't know. It's just so lame.
I just think Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four whenever I see that.
Yeah.
And then I think he's like wanting to be like Jim Carrey. So it's just the acting choice, like it's just not my favorite. But I didn't not like him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like his character at all.
Yeah.
And why are you getting rid of Wally West to replace him with that guy? Like, there's just choices there that I'm not understanding.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe there's something behind the scenes where the actor playing Wally West is taking some time off. I don't know.
Yeah, and we're not watching DC Legends of Tomorrow, but I know he was over there for a while on that show, so I don't know if he still is or not. So that's just, yeah.
Yeah, we gave up on Legends a little while back. But a lot of people are saying that one's really fun now. Like,
yeah,
that
so
one,
maybe we'll try it again at some point.
So that might have to be one that
I
give a shot, because, like, that's the biggest comment I'm hearing about Legends of Tomorrow is, like, of all the CW shows, that one's the one that's really just pure fun. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I might give it a second chance, but...
Maybe they take themselves for what they are.
Maybe they do.
But this isn't about that. This is about Flash right now.
So when we get into The Flash, the mid-season finale... You know what's funny? Okay, so a lot of times when we do these videos, it's kind of the things that highlight to us, the things that stand out to us and stick with us the most. Nothing is sticking with me with The Flash.
No, and honestly, this is a downside to time travel. When he went to the future and they're like, no, I'm sorry, not when the future, when Savitar, aka Evil Barry, I guess.
Yep.
When he came into the lab and he's like, oh, this is where you made this to defeat
For
DeVoe.
DeVoe. And then the one time traveling bad guy, though.
Also talked about DeVoe and said good luck to DeVoe. And I'm just like, well, he's already beat him. And the timeline says that it's in the future. Yeah. So... There's no, like, to me, there's no threat with this guy. I mean, I understand he's crazy smart. He just framed him.
Yep.
I'm like, and kudos. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't.
Kudos.
But
oh my gosh.
Well, he's a crazy smart guy. So, but I mean, I guess I'm interested to see how they're going to defeat him, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're right. All the things in the future suggest Barry defeats him.
Yes, and and there's that whole future magazine in that time vault. That talks about how...
the newspaper.
Yes. And I'm just... Oh, newspaper, whatever. But I'm like, they need to stop showing us that. Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to know the future.
So it's just interesting because now we know he defeats DeVoe. We just know that this is his toughest villain. And so really it's just to see how is DeVoe his toughest villain. So the one thing that has stood out to me in the mid-season finale is DeVoe himself. Like, I think DeVoe is a very interesting villain.
I do too. And I think it's interesting how I knew the telepath guy, something was going to happen with the two of them, but I didn't realize DeVoe was going to, like, take over his body.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
I guess I felt shortchanged with that whole plot line.
A little bit, but I wasn't expecting it. So that was a good side for me.
I think the thing that shortchanged me was not that DeVoe did that. That's awesome and very interesting. Again, what made it felt shortchanged to me is you have this telepath metahuman, and you go through this whole thing with Caitlin and this telepath. You get attached to the telepath. You get attached to the metahuman.
And there's, like, not really a good... Hey,
there's no good resolve. It's, we saved him. Yes, captured again. Mind taken over. He's dead. DeVoe now lives there. It's like, whoa.
One of my other issues is I actually like the guy who played DeVoe. I thought he was a good actor. I thought he was a good... I mean, so I'm a little bummed because he's dead. So that or at least that body's dead, not the brain.
DeVoe's alive, but the body, like the actor that played him is now not the actor playing him anymore, which is kind of sad because I agree with you. I thought he was a really good actor, and I liked, him being in the wheelchair, but being really smart and all that. Like, it was just the whole thing was interesting. I will be curious to see what they do with the new guy now that he's in this new body.
Yes.
So I'm not, turned off to that idea.
No, not at all.
it's just kind of interesting. And the other thing that was interesting was the fact that DeVoe set up through all the season that animosity between him and Barry.
Yes.
So that to his police station and coworkers, he looks like he's
the thinker.
Yeah, he looks like he's just out to get DeVoe. That's what it looks like. And so now, they got that knife as their wedding present. And it's like,
and they didn't know who
this?
sent it.
And then I did think it was strange the entire time that Barry was DeVoe's captive, that Barry had his mask on but his gloves off. Like, the fact that he took that time to take his gloves off.
Yeah, he got frustrated.
And it's like, that must have been another part of the Master DeVoe plan, because there was a lot of stuff in the episode where it's like, yeah, Barry's not wearing gloves, but now his fingerprints are like
everywhere.
All over. Well, of course, it's in his house, so his fingerprints would be on the knife anyway.
Well, no, because he got it as a wedding gift, and he picked it up and looked at it, but he said, oh, here's the matching set, and so DeVoe had the other knife, and that's what he, Oh,
I get it.
So now there's a matching set from a wedding gift, and when there originally wasn't a matching set.
Interesting. So, I don't know. So that was interesting to me. So what keeps me to the Flash right now is this plot line with DeVoe. The fact that the villain is not a speedster. The fact that the villain is this smart and this clever and this pretty freaking awesome. Mm-hmm. So that's what's keeping me to the Flash. Things that are turning me off from the Flash. Number one, stretchy guy.
Yeah, but I wish Tom Felton didn't leave the show.
Yes, this is my frustration, that Tom Felton is gone, which is probably more the actor than the show.
Yeah,
I'm not
sure.
He
only signed on for 13 episodes, and he did great. I really liked him. I did see Malfoy a lot, but that's okay.
And then the fact that they dumped Wally for the stretchy guy. I think that's what infuriates me the most. Not just that I don't like the stretchy guy, but the fact that we've dumped Wally West for the stretchy guy. Now, granted, if we kept Wally West, I bet you the show would have Wally West knocked out in the first 2 minutes of every fight, and it would be Barry alone, and I would still be frustrated. But I guess I'm just even more frustrated that Wally just isn't there. Let Wally shine on the Flash. Yeah. Come on. Gosh. Anyway, but I am interested. I will continue on when we get into the next. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But let's go over to the Arrow.
Oh, man. I had the exact opposite reaction to this episode than I think I was supposed to have. I think as the infighting began and the team fell apart, I was supposed to be like, no! Oliver, don't spy on them! Trust them, Oliver! No!
You were not like that at all.
No, I think that's what I was supposed to be like.
Oh, yeah.
What I was like was, yes, the team is falling apart! No more Team Arrow! Get rid of Wild Dog! Get rid of them all!
I do like Dinah.
I do like Dinah.
Except for, she's now slightly compromised, but...
Yeah, slightly.
Because, she's now, because of this betrayal to her.
Because she's trying to get back with the vigilante.
She's trying to find the one friend that she has, which is now an evil vigilante. Mm-hmm. I cannot remember his name at the moment.
Yeah, just her ex-fiance, what's an ex-fiance? Ex-partner, ex-lover, now turned evil vigilante who's already fought the Arrow on several occasions.
Yes, and is now linked in with Kate and James, as well as
Evil
Laurel and the guy who's making the drugs that Diggle was taking at the beginning of the season. And there was somebody else, but I can't remember who it is off the top of my head.
The only reason I'm a little sad that Mr. Terrific has left the team is because I like his personality and I think he's hilarious.
But he's not gone. He even said he's still a part of the Helix Corporation with Felicity, so he'll still be around, and she'll probably still lean on him.
But I just find that amusing to me that I'm watching this episode and I think I'm supposed to be so sad that Team Arrow has fallen apart. Yet, Seasons 1 and 2 of Arrow are so brilliant because it was just Oliver Queen. He had a team kind of on the comms that were his eyes, but it was him in the field. And then every once in a while you had Roy Harper out there, and then every once in a while you had Thea out there under the Red Hood.
And Roy Harper came on gradually. He wasn't just thrown in like the team was when they started. And that's why I think we liked Roy.
Yeah, I think so too. And so instead of me being so sad that the team is falling apart, I actually hope that the team stays dead. I think Oliver...
It's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen, but I can dream, and so this is my dream. My dream is that Dinah goes full-on evil, so now we have two evil screaming people, and then, Oliver has to, defeat them, and then, what's his face?
Wild Dog?
Wild Dog just be gone.
Mr. Terrific.
Let him be gone. But yeah, Mr. Terrific, let him stay with Helix, and that way his humor could be with Felicity over there.
Well, not Helix. Helix is the evil corporation that Kate and Jones was in charge of, but... They use that Helix. It's like Helix.
Epic fail. What was the name of their company?
Well, it's Helix something, and I had it before we started filming, and it just disappeared.
My point is let the team just be gone. However they want to do it, let it never reform. Let it never come back together. Let Felicity be on the comms and the computer girl. Let Diggle kind of be a backup in the field like he used to be, but really the eyes and ears. And let's let it be Arrow with the occasional guest appearance of Speedy. That would be the best.
Well, and one of the things about this episode where I think they were trying to show us how the betrayal was going to start is because, they had the big wedding reception, and
it was too happy. You knew something was going to happen.
You knew it was going to go down. And then Wild Dog was gave a really great toast at this speech talking about true love and how he sees it him and yada yada yada. And then he mentions later, it's like, well, why did they get their happy ending, not me? And so that's why he pretty much betrayed Oliver and said to the district attorney that, hey, yeah, Oliver is the Green Arrow, give me my daughter back.
Yeah.
That kind of a thing. So he's the betrayer in this episode. And I just love that, they're like, oh, you need to forgive him. You need to understand the position he's in. And I get it. Oliver does understand because that's why he stepped down from being the Green Arrow so he could be a father to his son.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He didn't give them the Wild Dog could have come up to him, talked to him, said, hey, this is what's going down. What can we do? Can we work on this? And he did what he always does. He shoots from the hip and lives with the consequences.
And I never liked that about Wild Dog. He always had the agenda and the point to disobey orders.
Yeah, he was never a team player.
All the time. And if Oliver said something, he would just declare it stupid and do his own thing. And so I've never had respect for his character from the beginning. And so finally, when Oliver finally fires him for it, and kudos to Oliver for being a far more patient man than me, giving him multiple chances.
Oh, that's because of Felicity and Thea.
Well, those two are idiots, but that's another thing.
Thea's not. I like Thea.
Nah, I guess Thea's cool. Felicity's an idiot. She used to be awesome.
There's been a whole morphing of that character.
But actually, I'm numb to all the stuff going on with her right now. The fact that they're together married, I have no reaction to.
It's the same as it always been. It's kind of like they have been.
I'm just numb to. I don't even care anymore.
You don't care about Olicity?
No, I'm numb to that whole dumb thing because
that's okay. Moving
broke her. Point is Wild Dog I never liked from the beginning. I did not like how he's constantly disobeying Oliver. I didn't like how the rest of the team's like, nah, you gotta love him, he's so cute. And he's just such a dumb character. And now finally, it's like their eyes are open. He betrayed Oliver. We get it. Tight spot, whatever. And then he's given orders, and once again, he breaks the orders. And like Oliver said in the episode, it doesn't matter that you were right. The fact that you were right about this, you were lucky. I was in trouble, and you were positioned where you were.
No, there's a chain of command.
To be backup, and there's a chain of command. There's a reason for it. Mm-hmm. And Wild Dog couldn't even see that. He's like, man, I was all chained up and leashed up. It's like, no, you weren't.
I know. I do understand the reason for all quitting was because, they followed him. They did GPS tracking to see where they went.
That's where all of them went wrong. I'll give that.
I agree. And then they immediately went down on Dinah because she was talking to her ex, who is, evil killer man now. And it was just, to me, I'm like, come on. This girl has been faithful and loyal. And I'm like, it's not her. They're trying to make us believe it's her. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, and the fact that they just immediately attacked her without confronting her first. I mean, he did say, hey, can we talk one-on-one first? He did say that. And she's like, why?
That's dramatic.
I know. But I think it's just, there should have been more of a opportunity to give to them. And then once Wild Dog opened up his mouth and said that, he should have immediately turned around to her and said, I am so sorry. Please try to see this from my perspective and see what I'm doing. And I understand the tracking is messed up. But
that was messed up, yes.
There's something missing. They're going to come back. We'll see how. Probably she'll find out that the guy that she thought she loved is evil. And she'll come back to Arrow and be like, hey, sorry. The other two, I don't need. I like Curtis as Curtis, just not as Mr. Terrific.
You know what really ticks me off is the fact that, you're right, they are all going to come back. But it's going to take several episodes. It's going to be a lot of
Why do you think it's going to take several episodes? The Flash came back in one, so it could take one episode.
But that's the Arrow's MO is to take something that's dramatic and annoying and drag it out as long as they can. The Flash will have something incredibly interesting that should be drug out and then knock it out in an episode. Arrow will be like, this is not interesting, so let's drag it out. So here's what's not interesting. The fact that the team will come back together. It's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Here's what they're going to do. Several long episodes of non-stop CW soap opera drama about a 12-year-old's definition of what trust is. And they will go on and on and on. And then one episode where it's not even earned, Wild Dog, Dinah, and all of them will be back because of some desperate need. And then we will have the team back together. And that will be the end of Arrow for me.
We're giving it to the end of the season. It has
I really
to turn
am.
around.
But the thing is, I hate saying this because I love Stephen Amell as Oliver Queen.
I know. And the thing is, there's so much of the show that I absolutely love, but it's just...
It's going off the rails.
You need to get back to your roots.
Yes, we need the roots. And the roots are, this is Oliver Queen as the Green Arrow in the field. Maybe every once in a while, the sidekick, the Red Arrow. But that's it.
When he was giving Kate and James the... broken thing that could cause the massive explosion. I don't know what the name of that was. And there's like 20 guys around him. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a fight! I was super excited. And the fight was, what it should be, first off, but it was short.
Yeah.
I'm like, he took him with Dinah out all way too fast. And I'm like, come on, give me what I love about the show. I'm like, these characters go through immense training and all of these things off screen so that they can be ready for this stuff, and then they wuss out on it. I was a little disappointed about that. Well, I like the fighting sequences a lot. I mean, they really put just a little bit.
I think you summed this up really well.
I know. Well, because they had to focus on Wild Dog and Mr. Terrific finding Lance, and so that's.
I agree with you, but I like Curtis as Curtis. I don't like him as Mr. Terrific, so I don't mind if he leaves the team and he stays on the show with Felicity as Curtis.
Yes.
But
and he still helps out here and there, but...
I'm sorry, I've had the opposite reaction. Yeah. What was right about the show was seasons 1 and 2. What's wrong about the show is everything else. Mm-hmm. And so this whole Team Arrow thing that we had to have it's ridiculous, and I wish it would stay done, but I know it's not.
Yeah, I could keep going, but I'm going to stop.
Me too. So that said... I think in the end, both you and I are curious enough that for Flash and Arrow, we will probably finish out the seasons.
These seasons, definitely.
Now,
I'm not going to pick Supergirl back.
I am going to say one thing. Smallville went right, and when it went right, it was awesome, and when it went wrong, it was bad.
Yes.
But what kept one interested in Smallville, and correct me if this is different for you, what kept me constantly interested in Smallville was the destiny aspect. The show was building to something. It was all about him becoming. So the show had a destination. It had a point it was building towards. No matter how wrong it went, because there was something big it was building towards, there was a curiosity there. With Arrow and Flash and all these shows, what are they building to? What's the destiny? What's the point?
Which we won't know until it's over.
And that's the problem.
I know. Well, because it's different. Because Smallville was about him growing up and becoming the man.
I know, but
so these are not about that at all. They are already the people that they need to be. So it's a different. And so we don't have a sense of destiny other than they need to save their cities. And I don't know. I guess Kate and Jane's threat to destroy the city.
So bland.
It's just bland.
It's so bland.
It really is. I'm like, that's every year. Who's going to want to destroy it next?
That was season 1. Oh, that was season 2. Oh, that was season 3. Oh, and again, that was season 4. Okay, I'm done. Point is, we are curious enough to stick around. We'll see how these seasons wrap up if this is our last seasons watching these shows. I love these shows, and I don't want it to be, but...
I don't think it'll be our last season.
It's getting harder and harder, though, to invest the time to watch it when it's like every time it's over, I'm a little frustrated.
Yeah.
But I still love The Flash. That's still my favorite, and I'm looking forward to where we're going with these, I guess.
Time will tell.
We'll see.
Yeah, we've got, 8 weeks at least?
I think so.
I know it's a mid-season break, so soon.
Yeah.
You'll see us again talking about and ranting about this.
Yeah! All right, what is your rant? And hey, if you love these shows far more than we did, please don't be upset by what we talked about.
Tell us why.
These are just our honest opinions, and we've stuck with these shows because we love them.
Yes. It's easier to talk about the negative than the positive, unfortunately.
So, what do you have to say about the shows? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Which ones are you still watching? Which ones did you give up on? Let us know all that stuff in the comments. While you're there, hit the subscribe button to become a Durbanian, and hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified the next time we drop a movie review, a theological analysis, ranking video, or whatever else. So hit all those buttons. Thank you again to all my patrons for all your support. means so much to us. It's just awesome. So thank you guys so much. I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
Thank you for checking out Durbania.